I have found many reasons to live once again. Not that I ever needed them, but they're nice. Simple explanation, I downloaded some new. It'll be a while before I can play them though, since I want to finish other stuff. But hey, my weekends will not be dull, assuming I get no assignments. And more distractions from me programming. Just when I finally found the motivation to do so again. I'm gonna continue doing Lynette's thingy. If it doesn't give me any thingy, any of the daily commission rewards, I suppose I can do the great phase whatever. Checking the recording. We get an ending here immediately. Sure. It feels weird to have a speed up for having Geo. Honestly, the last element I expected to have a passive like that. Rosaria with Cryo, Dihio with Pyro, and who else can do speed ups?
Huh, I didn't like that. Was I using it wrong? Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. Let's see. 4. Well, if you want to get the right answer, you... So, to put it another way... Or... Why don't you pick a card? Since I ran into you here, that means... thank you. Here, take the Fatometer. Also, if you have...
Right, so Fatometer basically just randomly picks one out from here. So how about this?
What you're saying is, since nobody's come looking, I can just keep hanging out with Bonnie for a bit longer? Is that really okay?
Fuck yeah, it is. 50-50. Bullshit.
Maybe not. As much as... Besides, if someone does come looking for me or... Back to the drinks reception. Nope, I said it was your decision. I'm not gonna waste any more. Besides, the drinks reception is technically part of the job as an official publicity event. So, I might get sued for breach of contract, and that would be one other thing. Do you want to come with me? If you're free, I mean. Mm-hmm.
Alright. No, I wanna see that ending.
Huh. I didn't like that. Huh? What you're saying, is that really...
19, fuck yeah.
You make a good point. Okay, well... Assuming Bonnie hasn't strayed too far from where she went missing, there's a chance we might bump into her owner in either the Steambird offices or the restaurant. So, stick around here in standby mode? Yeah, that suits me. Oh, good idea. Bonnie's definitely hungry. May as well. We could be here a while. When I was trying to find somewhere I could space out earlier, collect my thoughts. Alright then. Plan of action?
Nice! Speedrun! Date Linny any percent. Or, I guess, get Kitty any percent? I don't know. Alright, yes, they do count as daily commissions. Not by much, though. Alright, let's go do an actual ending now.
There you are, Lynette! Where did you disappear to? Leone and I have been looking everywhere for you.
This looks kind of creepy, just
where did you get the cat?
two identical NPCs together.
I found her outside. Do either of you happen to... I don't think so. Fair enough. So sorry we couldn't help you, Lynette.
Don't worry. We'll ask around for you.
Maybe you could leave her with us. Sure. I would help, but I'm a little
It's no trouble at all.
Also, if it's...
Leone! You can't spring that on her. One last thing, Lynette. Director Mary is looking for you. We'll take...
Bro, we're putting those two in danger.
I'm not usually required at these kinds of events, so I don't even...
Spectacular choreography, a masterpiece of mise-en-scène, and the performance, oh my.
Yes, I for one was particularly captivated by the clearly allegorical narrative undertones. The Lost Pup, such a pioneering work, so far ahead of its time.
I can already see the headlines of tomorrow's newspapers.
Never seen that NPC
But it
body
was a
type.
group effort, of course, to convey emotions in a silent...
Speaking of the cast, Jillian, another strong performance from you and...
That's quite an overstatement. I've only ever...
On that point, you stated a few months ago in an interview that you were looking to secure a leading role in your...
We had a discussion about this, and while Lynette hadn't previously... Quite simply, this was the...
Exactly. I was honored to share the stage with her.
Someone needs help from the hot seat.
Hey, Lynette, where have you been?
Were you in standby mode? Some reports say you switched that state.
Ah, method acting, of course. Such a compelling portrayal.
Those seemingly stilted movements were in fact an inspired portrayal of the character.
Oh,
A cat. We've long heard.
This show looks on track to break box office record.
Not really, no.
I believe Lynette is trying to say.
Oh, I see.
Right,
But don't you want the fans to know how you're feeling right now?
that's true.
I'm sure the fans would love to learn.
How interesting.
She's not doing well. Of course, we're too stupid for that. No, she's
How do
not
you find
fine.
acting compares
Oh my
with performing in a
god.
magic show?
What does the future hold for you, Lynette?
Yeah, it's just... It's a power-saving mode for participants. But at a tea party, I'm not normally subjected to a constant stream of questions. I think I'd rather pray that I never have to...
Lynette, Director Mariu would like you to join the group photo to commemorate.
A group photo?
It's just the members of the troupe, along with Maloney and...
Alright then.
3, 2, 1, smile.
My thanks to each and every one of you here for your... You can collect your copy from the first...
Mariu! Get over here. Let's have another drink.
I thought the group photo was the final hurdle.
Oh my god, this is awful. I can relate so much to Lynette right now. This kind of shit sucks. Any recipes? Baguette. Farina.
Hotel de Bour's Ile Flottante is as wonderfully sweet.
Traveler? Lynette? Oh, wait, hold on. What do you mean, managed to get an invite?
Surprise Farina, I guess.
Expert in the... Naturally, people wanted to hear my comments on the emerging art form that is the remarkable and a very worthwhile artistic endeavor. Exploring a character with your performance was beyond anything I could have imagined.
No, it's not.
Oh, basically, I think I'd give it a positive review overall. Just
So, you thought they were pretty over...
in fairness, it's normal to bring along some... Then again, I'm no specialist in avant-garde theater. Maybe I'm just not... Or maybe it's because I came to the show with some preconceived expectations.
What original draft?
Oh? He didn't show it to you? It must have been a few months ago. I had a lot on my plate at the time, so I had to turn him down. I only skimmed a few I don't know. The protagonist just seemed more complex, I guess. Especially in the last two scenes.
Emotional depth?
Oh, I'm just thinking aloud here. Don't take it to heart. Besides, a script and a play are two very different beasts. There are, especially with a novel art form like a masked mime show. Change of topic. I see you've escaped the crowds to seek refuge on the second floor.
No thanks, I'm good. Pretty sure this will be my first and last time in this...
Hey, at least let me finish. I have top tips on
Tell me everything.
First, take a seat, mon ami.
That was very
Yeah,
educational.
we have hindsight knowing that everything here is technically off, so Lynette could be as
I
distracted as
expect most of
possible.
the people downstairs have left
So
by now.
everyone, a lot
Time
of the
to grab
people
my
here
copy
is
of the group
potentially a
photo and get
staged
home.
actor. Somehow. Surprise Farina was surprising.
The photo must be in this envelope right here. If it wasn't for you, I don't know how I would have standby moded my way through the It's fine. While I was on stage, there was a moment when I felt like someone was I got a vague sense of it again during the reception. Normally, I'm used to lurking in the shadows on the stage and spying on other people. Or someone just took a disliking to me for no real reason. Sometimes you can like one person and dislike. Okay, problem solved. You have destroyed this work of art. Step down from the leading role.
I think that lady's involved. The other person from the hot seat also. This sounds... yeah, I remember this song. It was from the War Conquest.
I don't think we're gonna find any more clues here. Yes, let's. Whatever destroyed means, it could have something to do with the...
I can't believe how well the whole Lynette's debut acting role thing worked out. Even the
What the fuck's going on with the audio?
How could I ever have doubted?
See? I told you. All the time she'd... Can you imagine if you'd gone with Jillian? You'd...
True. Well...
Do you have a moment, Director Mary?
If it isn't the star... I'm guessing you're here to discuss the show with the director? I'll leave you artists to discuss your work in peace.
I certainly will. Lynette carries the fortune...
Mr. Maloney. An investor or something, I think.
So, what can I do for the two of you? I'm afraid I'll have to dash soon as I'm...
We heard that the original script for The Lost Puppet...
Oh! Well, it's not uncommon for scripts to undergo major changes as they're being brought to a mechanical puppet with a bumbling body, but there's no doubt about it. You are the protagonist.
Sorry.
All right then. Delving deep, you shouldn't give your attention to early drafts of the script, Lynn. The current script is the final version because it is the best version. What letter? Destroyed this work of art?
Well, Director Mario?
No. Who on earth would write such nonsense? Absolutely not. Without Lynette, this show would be over. Everyone's hard work.
Yeah, maybe Jillian could...
What? No way. Out of the question. The protagonist has to be... Huh? I've got it. It's a competitor. Yes, this letter... You can't lie low. That's just what they want you to do.
A competitor?
Definitely. Those lowlifes. Slander and libel are all their specialties. They drown out the truth with... There's so many of them out there. Fame always seems to attract hate. Stay strong, Lynette, and keep up the good...
So, a competitor, huh? I kinda doubt it. We've dealt with those types before. Usually their goal is to steal our venue for their own show or to cover up a scandal by But at the moment, I don't think anyone's got a reason to do it. Besides, when I felt that evil stare, I'm actually more concerned about Mario. When I mentioned, especially since Maloney mentioned that the initial plan was to cast Jillian as, sounds like there was an original protagonist as well as an original script. Yep, she told me she lives in the.
We're going to Fluve. Great. Why are all the worst people always here? Genshin, please learn what the meaning of subtext and understand why this is a terrible idea. Hangouts are my favorite story types, but there's also quite a lot of stuff about them that I find confusing and kinda hate. For one, the best thing about them is the fact that you can, you know, replay them at any time. But also, there's the fact that it has multiple endings really bugs me, because like this kind of implies that there should be a canon ending, because Genshin is such a linear game otherwise. Plus, there's also the fact that I'm sure no one minds but should be brought up, and that's the fact that Paimon is surprisingly absent in all these hangouts for some reason.
You're not welcome here.
I've been to the Fluve Sangha.
It's kind of weird that hangouts are delegated to 4-star characters,
about me not being welcome.
Things are
despite them
around
being
here.
a whole lot more engaging.
A crowd of bootlicking morons fawning over you wherever you go.
Bootlicking morons? I don't know. I've never.
Gina, stop that! No buts. How many times do I have to tell you? If you don't leave right now, I swear I'll.
Jillian! Just because Lady
I'm so sorry. Gina's always been a strong.
It's okay. I have younger siblings too, so I get it. If you let angsty kids get you riled up, they'll drain.
Well, the situation's a little different in this case.
We heard about it from Maloney.
Maloney, huh? I'm sorry. I never mentioned it because Director Mariyu was very clear that I mustn't let any of it affect you. What's this?
Don't be scared, Jillian.
Okay. It's true. I've worked with Director Mariyu many times before. But a few months ago, Mariyu started work. He was hesitant, but he agreed to let me try for the part.
There's been a change.
Lynette? But...
And that's why we cannot afford to waste this, Jillian. I understand how you might. Next time.
I was incredibly disappointed at first. Without Lynette, how could we ever convince? And if the show was a flop with me in the leading role? Then, I got to meet you on stage, and whatever disappointment I had left at that point, I certainly wasn't.
By wasn't bad, you mean it wasn't great either. So,
he did make some changes to the script, yes? Jaik, one of the other actors.
He makes sense. I always see him talking to Mariyu.
How cliche.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Jillian brought me up to speed on the situation. I'm here to help however I can. That's always the way with pen and paper drafts. Even the fine. There should be a cleaner copy of the original script in here somewhere.
No problem. Now activating search mode.
Oh, great, we get to try a Lynette, and all we do is interact with pointless shit.
Say what you mean. No problems.
God, this is a lot of rolling. This is highly discouraged. Rolling multiple times is rarely ever fun. Plus, it also tips the scales heavily against the player's favor. For example, on stealth operations, the more times you have to make a stealth roll, the more people participating, the higher the likelihood they're going to fail. Just settle it in one roll and tip the scales depending on how likely you want them to succeed anyhow already. And if a group is doing it, remember there are often variant rules for rolling as a group, where only half of the party needs to succeed. For any of the role-playing games that you play. Well, this is the one thing I fail, I suppose. Right couldn't be right all the time, I suppose. But like, I succeeded in pretty much everything else,
returns
right?
to the ruins where she
Surely.
began and performs a dance in honor of her deceased companions. Yep. That's not something a novice could hope to pull off. Frankly, I think that the original script... Jillian, shall I go tell Mariu to...
What? Are you serious? But the next show is at the...
But not such a rare one for me, though.
That's different. This isn't you as part of a magic duo. It's a chance to star at...
Fame in small doses has its... But if you play the lead, the fame will be yours. And I get to be free.
It'll never work. There's no way, Director. The set for Act 4 would need to change, as would all the marketing material. Changing actors at the last minute is just too risky. Plus, Maloney's friends have already published if Lynette quit the show and I took her place, if Lynette left, they'd sooner stop the whole show than let me...
Stop the whole show? But all the people in the troupe, months and months of everyone's hard...
Alright, cool. We got a plus 12. It would be really stupid if we failed.
You do? What is it? That's a bold plan.
They're really a fan of this writing trope
it's
now.
A little crazy.
Or trope isn't the correct word.
No
Narrative
way.
device.
It's not worth
I
taking
think.
such a huge risk just for a chance to be in the spotlight.
Jillian, you said before, whatever. In other words, that disappointment is. Be honest. You think they'd be put out?
Jillian, you were more dedicated than and I think you know that unless we decide... So take it from me. You would not be put...
You guys... Okay.
Yes! I knew you'd come around.
Wonderful.
Wait, but what about the...
As long as we stick to the plan, I'll give up the lead role.
But surely you want to know who it's from. If they're out there...
I doubt they will. It's supposed to be a threat, but they didn't... Who knows? Maybe it was just a fan of yours.
A fan?
Maybe there's someone out there who really appreciates your talent. Even in the...
I know who. Bull fucking shit.
It's getting late. We should be leaving. Come on.
No, cat. I don't like this.
Sorry for manhandling you. You looked like you were seconds away from figuring out who sent the It was Gina.
Just because Lady
Yeah,
Farina's-
she wasn't exactly hiding it. It was pretty obvious.
I guess she must have snuck into the drinks reception and overheard. She idolizes Jillian, both as an older sister. To make matters worse, all the critics were hailing this amateur as a perfect fit for the role. Yeah, that pretty much sums. Like I said, getting angry at angsty. If it was my younger brother or sister and they found out I'd been treated unfair, I was in Jillian's position once. Back when Linny and I were starting out, so I can understand Gina's frustration. No, the way she looks at me is indignant, frustrated. Whoever was giving me that evil stare was backstage. Blending into the... We'll find out who it is before too long.
God damn it.
On that note, guess I'll see you at...
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Going here.
Seems like the stories here never have a happy ending.
Oz, reveal that. Starball!
Wow, just Chiori and freaking Fischl are doing good on their own.
Wings of darkness!
Time to clean up. I'll catch up.
Delicate as silk.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Next up.
I wish Chiori had more than just 100 ER. It'd be nice to burst every rotation rather than every other rotation, because her burst does really good damage. Like, look at those numbers. And granted, they're that high because they're Geo and they have no reactions that can increase them. Wait, why did I... Well, I mean, I guess I do want to level her up to 90. But I should be getting, like, XP materials instead. Or maybe even talent materials. Yeah, I should go do talent materials. Oh, what's been spent has been spent. I do want to use her in the Abyss. So I guess this isn't too bad. The reason I never level up any of my characters to 90 is because I watched a video once saying that level 90 is a trap. Yeah, that's a fucking lie. In order for you to comfortably or even realistically clear floor 12, you really need to level 90 your character so you can get
Lynette
level
and Jillian
9
are busy getting ready,
talents and
Please
stuff.
come with me.
And even the newer Dendro reactions like Hyper Boom that I love so much basically require you to be level
That
90.
puppet in the middle. Is that Lynette? She's so pretty.
It's starting. Keep your voice down.
Wow, I thought it would be hard to follow, but...
Even though her face was expressionless and she didn't speak the whole...
Director Mariu really is a master of his craft.
I have a friend who saw the show on the opening day. They thought the critics overstated how...
God, people talk too much.
It's only been a few days since the last show. Lynette's improved so much.
Your penchant for the hyperbolic strikes...
Well, you know...
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
My apologies, Mr. Maloney.
Oh, very well.
Are you guys sure this is gonna work? We're already halfway there. We can't back out now.
What is this plan that you're so intent on?
Director Mariu!
Korantan and Armory have both finished. Was that really Lynette playing the lead role?
Ta-da!
Director Mariu?
I switched costumes and masks with Jillian so that I could be the protagonist.
Lynette! What?
You know my acting is amateur. The only reason I'm being seen as a pro, let alone a pioneer, if they'd seen me in the leading role during the first half, if you force me to play the lead in the second half, they'll be wondering, why is the actress suddenly... These are just some of the questions that will be on everyone's minds during the second half. There's only one way for you to save your reputation.
Absolutely not. I'd sooner announce... If I keep Jillian as the lead for the second half, what do you think what will your fans think? There'd be tickets to refund, fines to pay. You can't just take a job on a whim, then
Director Mariu, please.
Actually, Jillian, he's half right. But my responsibility here is making sure you get back the...
And I guess part of that responsibility lies with me, considering I badgered you into accepting the job.
I guess he's done doing
Sorry
his
I'm
thing.
a little late to the show. Work's been...
Lenny? What do you want?
That might be a little tricky, but...
What's this?
A draft complaint letter, my contract, your legal fees, reimbursement for the tickets, and an advance on the penalty fee for breach of contract. Mr. Mariu, I'm stepping down from the leading...
If you do suffer unforeseen financial losses from this, you're free to seek damages as per the contract.
What the... I can't... Of course. All this Mora, it's a pittance to you, isn't it? Look at us. We're huge stars. You don't give a hoot how much this show means to other...
That's not true. I do care.
Oh, brilliant deduction there. Of course...
Really? Then why do your eyes tell it almost as if I've destroyed your work of art?
What?
A couple days ago, I asked some associates to do some digging for me. Surprise, surprise. Turns out that all the other famous actresses you asked...
And I would have turned you down too, if not...
You didn't send those invitations because you were looking for a better actress than Jillian.
Director Mariu.
To get Maloney on your side, you chose to make Jillian the understudy, and then look for an
I bet you were torn at first, weren't you? Do you stick to the tried and tested formula? Choose Lynn...
Or do you choose Jillian? So that you and your longtime collaborator can stage the show of your dream.
Oh,
You mentioned prior success and fame earlier, but you're a well-known director yourself, with countless work, or maybe, deep down, none of your current achievements really count as success to you.
Right now, you have an opportunity to send Jillian onto that stage and perform the second half as you always imagined. Your work would be displayed for all of Fontaine to...
Did you say...
Or will you act now before Maloney and the critics...
The whole truth?
Director Mariyu? Actually,
we've worked with you for many years. We watched as you slowly started down a path you...
But this is just a temporary measure.
Yes, we know. Back when you started, you had to bite the bullet and do... But then what happened? You began to embrace these methods more and more. Surely you must have noticed what's happening. Maloney's friends are sycophants. They don't care if the audience is disappointed because the show doesn't live up to their glowing reviews.
Look, I know everyone's using the same promotional tactics, but...
Well, it's just a stopgap solution.
Next time, huh? Yeah, next time you won't use...
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. If you make some money once, you'll want to do...
I won't turn my back on my dreams any longer, Director Mary.
Me neither.
This seems kind of impossible to fail. It's really impossible to fail.
I had dreams too.
Huh. The plot here seems a little different from what the reviews said.
The protagonist wanted to return to the stage, so the puppets replaced all her parts with the latest...
And in the end, she forgot herself amidst the applause and...
Hey, no spoilers! Huh? Wait.
Walk-ons.
No need to be so nervous, Director Mariyu. We only told you Lynette would be quitting the show to get you to make a decision. But in truth, I believe that if we choose our words carefully, there's no reason we can't get Maloney.
You really thought this plan through? What's worrying me now isn't how Maloney will react or whether the show... It's the audience. I've always thought the original script is better, but will it move them like I've always hoped? When Jillian... What if people only came to see the show for Lynette? And because of the reviews, what if they don't really care? It feels like I've been hiding inside my safe little castle.
We're right here with you.
Wow. Okay, this ending is much better.
I love how they brought back the set from Act 1 and gave it a whole new meaning.
Time for the curtain call. I could always leave my mask on.
Whoa, look at that low poly, low animation thing. Marina still gets to keep her fucking seat there? Really?
When it's truly deserved.
Jillian, you were amazing! Syra was well, so...
Really? I was so...
What looked like an actor unsteady on her feet was in fact a poignant expression of the protagonist's frailty and her
Hey, Mariyu! What the heck was that? Why wasn't Lynette playing?
Our articles are already going to press.
Hey now, it was...
Hold on. The decision was mine, and mine alone.
Mariyu! So it was you! Well then...
Director Mariyu, Mr. Maloney, what on earth is going on? Why was Lynette not in the lead role? It took a lot of convincing from me for her to accept the role, and I had to turn down some big work
Lenny, it was all his idea.
Wait, Lenny, as a matter of fact, in this play, the masks and costumes serve to obscure we took that idea to the next level with an actor swap, blurring the line. It's similar to deceiving the audience in a magic show. We employed this technique that allows the audience to more intuitively understand the cognitive dissonance felt.
Hold up. What is this?
Oh, I see. Well, bravo.
That's probably more because you just don't really understand avant-garde.
Maybe so, maybe so. Well, perhaps it went.
You must have worked it out by the end of the first half, surely. Mr. Amory, I just heard that you managed to write your review after just the first 2 acts.
Yes, you're right. Director Mariyu and I are old friends. You should have said something.
Yes, well, to deceive the audience, you must first deceive your closest companions.
You mean your show was partly inspired by Lynette's background in magic?
Unfortunately, I think
cancel the show?
While I accept that deceiving the audience in the manner you did,
a very valid criticism, and one that I humbly accept. If that happens, we're prepared. Plus, it looks like Jillian is better than me at delivering the excellence people want to see. I'm sure audiences will be—
Maloney, I believe there should still be time to tweak my article.
Oh, one other thing. We managed to get a meeting with Lady Farina earlier. Anyway, she agreed to write a review focusing on Jillian's performance and the quality of the show as a whole. And I'm sure today's audience will be discussing her performance too. There's sure to be a variety of—
Oh, I mean, art at its finest.
Oh, of course. Always good to put some thought into these things. Especially now.
Quarantine.
They've been had.
Thank you both so much. Without the two of you, I always told myself that once I'd made enough mora, I'd get back to just like those critics with their dishonest reviews, I became all about the trappings of success. You're right. Anyway, enough about my problems. What are we— I've been looking into it a lot over the past couple of days.
Ah, yes.
Lynette, do you—
Wait.
I'm sorry. Gina insisted on coming.
Lynette!
Yeah, me neither.
Wait.
Oh, do you mean when we ran into you at the Fleuve Sun? As I recall, you were only trying to look—
Oh. Well, it sounds like Gina knows what she did was—
I understand that feeling of wanting to stand up for your fam, but next time, maybe consider a different tactic? Something you—
Got it.
Why do I feel like I'm missing something here?
Hey, here you are. I was wondering. Great! Everyone's in one place. That makes this so much. What do you think? It's group photo time. We have. Okay, everyone. We all have.
Oh, am I really not allowed to force— I'll try.
Lynette, Traveler, come on. You two should be right in the. 3, 2, 1, smile!
I would be fine with Paimon not being around if there was some kind of explanation for it, but it's really weird. Why is she smiling at us specifically, directly? She literally has no reason to. We didn't really do much.
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra.
Thank you for complete.
Yes, well, I was planning on just doing 5 runs, but why not? Oh, let's go, tomato.
Crumble apart! By royal decree! Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would.
End you!
Someone needs...
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Starfall! Shake! Scatter! Next... I must leave no stone unturned, as a good knight should.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Odds reveal... Let's go. Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would. Crumble apart! Wings of darkness! I am the cutting edge of fashion. Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up.
Oh, I didn't mean to. Whatever.
Starfall! Leave it all to me.
Picked the wrong test
By
subject.
royal decree.
Picked the wrong test subject. Another test subject.
Delicate as silk. Next couple. Time to clean up. Someone needs...
As you wish, main Fräulein.
I'll catch up. Odds reveal by...
The range difference is pretty hilarious. I wish that was how high her base defense was. Well, it will be when I get her to level 90, along with Cinnabar. And time to do my usual route of genocide. And then that'll be it.
Minecraft Dungeon is widely considered to be the most successful Minecraft spin, with over 25 million players and widely considered Minecraft Dungeon was set
It's a good night, Shun.
after the game, very successful update of Minecraft. Players were optimistic
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
after developers then would find that the game had been banned. What went wrong with Minecraft Dungeon?
No rest
Why
for
did
the wicked.
popularity so fast? And why was the event suddenly
Steady as stone.
Minecraft Dungeon is 20 Minecraft genre. Basically, you play as a character and complete various dungeons and missions, fighting off mobs, fulfilling objectives, gathering different weapons and abilities known as artifacts, all while leveling up enchanted stronger and finding items of rarer qualities. Now, unlike its failed counterpart, Minecraft Legends, of which I also made a video about here, Minecraft Dungeons was very positive to see. It has great systems and players in state
As a dutiful maid would. Leave it all to me.
then make of that duty.
Someone needs
The
to...
graphics and visual design various
Really?
and some are quite nice, and while the game is relatively simple,
I'll catch up.
genres, it still manages to be quite enjoyable. So play with friends, of course, making it fun. The game's core adventures, sections, the mainland, the game costing about $20 for the story, and then 6 other DLCs, dimensions, which have a variety of special items as well. Furthermore, a contributing in the game was long adventure difficulty, which comes with enchantments at every level, and game again on difficulty, but unlock its third and hard be a popular within
Time to clean up.
levels or tiers, which multiply enemies dropping a higher power level item as well. But this is where the game's so it takes about 4 to 6 hours to do the main game on the difficulty. Not that long. And that's really all players difficulties are practically the same game again, with just a few different items. $20 for a game which only provides 4 to 6 hours worth of content for most players isn't really the best deal, even if the gameplay is decent. In fact, the game is so short that most Dungeons players will recommend you buy the edition for $40, which comes with the DLCs included. But the game obviously didn't have the DLCs released. In fact, its first DLC wouldn't come until 2 months later, so players who initially bought the game and beat it in 20 days were left with not much to do. This was a
Someone needs assistance.
in its early days when no other content was available, and like
Oz, reveal thyself.
early because there simply wasn't anything else to do besides replay it on a harder difficulty. And even players who really enjoyed the game, replaying it on harder difficulties would eventually get bored of doing the same thing over. There wasn't a game to just play the same shit again. Google Trends reflects this issue, as you can see that not long after release, the game had no style or clarity. It needed something fresh.
By royal decree.
2 months after Dungeons had released in July of 2020, the first DLC, Jungle Awakens, was added to the game. missions and items. Since the DLC's release from every 2 months up until July 2021, a bit over a year after the game first launched. The DLCs weren't free. If you were a player before the game was released, you would have to buy them every time a release to play the content. And while the DLCs were solid and helped current players stay offered, for the majority of players who got the game upon release, deleted once or dropped it, seeing that they would have to buy the content probably wasn't convincing enough to get them in return. No matter how good the content is, if there's a paywall, it's simply going to be harder to get players to engage with it. Anyways, the 6 DLCs dropped and it is now December 2021. The game had lost quite a lot of popularity since its release in May of 2020. DLCs didn't really do much in regards to attracting players to the game, and so Mojang announced that it would include seasonal updates instead. On December the 14th, 2021, the first of the Minecraft Dungeon seasons was released, known as Cloud Climb. This was the first attempt to resolve the game's main issue, that being its boring, repetitive, based and fight game. Announced during Minecraft Live 2021, Cloudy Climb would add a variety of features, but notably game mode, tower, as well as an adventure pass, effectively a battle pass that would provide some exclusive cosmetics. Now, to remind you, the core issues with the game up to this point was the lack of in-game content to keep engaged, and the fact that progression and playing the game on harder difficulties was kind of worrying. The tower was meant to be that solution to the in-game
why not?
battle pass, engaging the more casual mainstream players, giving them something additional to work to play. So, you can imagine that the Minecraft Dungeons playbase was really hoping this update would be good enough to renew interest in a dying game. It was going to be an important update, that was for sure. Fortunately, what we wanted didn't quite happen. After Cloudy Climb released, things weren't good. 70% of the people who watched those videos were still not subscribed. They didn't change that clearly.
Shut up!
Also check out
Out of my way! God is strong! Don't be scared!
Anyway, one of my
Beg for mercy. I condemn you.
I want to start this video by saying I apologize for hyping it. Also, for this video because I think it's simple. But I apologize for stealing your time. I feel like this whole time by hyping up this update, by sharing my speculative take on it, what the rewards are going to be, how epic this was going to be from an engineer's perspective, with no new content. I sincerely hope that this update was going to fix that problem, but
We'll start with the tower. The tower was basically a selection of about cores of which contained a variety of mobs and bosses of increasing difficulty. At the end of every place in one of 5 kill.
No escape!
Upon the tower was dying, one pilot
Stars, shine for me.
Now here
Okay.
was the tower.
Blood of frost.
The tower actually brings
Shudder.
only thing that I can get from the tower and the idol would get inside the tower.
Eye for an eye.
Or outside.
Not now. Get with me.
Because actually items placed on the tower were also useless as they couldn't be used elsewhere.
More
Well,
speed.
select one item or a good thing. Right. When you hit the tower or die, you got to the tower here, that was all. Better than how I was told by Cyanide, a player who has been actively using and playing since day one, who also provided me with this video, that the rewards for beating the tower were really good for the time spent playing this. Oh, and all other methods players had of it. Here, now considered a waste of time. Each tower run was minutes and 5 items were also always the same. There wasn't much tower.
Beg for mercy.
The tower layout
My guiding stars.
Oh, they got to break the stars. Ironically, the tower slopes
More speed.
somehow only made the game worse as they made all the content obsolete and made players do everything they had grinded for up to that point was useless. Players were not happy. Oh, and it's even funny, when the tower first released, it was single player only, which many people were disappointed about, but also required you to play it online and play it without internet, despite it not involving any other players. The battle pass also wasn't received either. A lot of the
Shudder. Go, Barret. Stand with me.
a version
Beg for mercy.
fine, but it was very grindy and didn't really do much. Especially goes pretty well. Okay. The challenge is also very boring and okay.
Let's say you are stupid. I'm sorry if I put it this way, but if you're stupid enough to fall for this and go for another 12 months in adventure process, you will lose another game out.
Not now.
Crush! Okay, tested. More about goal is update. Game
Rack and ruin.
Understandably, the community wasn't very happy. Time became quite toxic. Developers up to this point, developers had been somewhat active in Minecraft Dungeons official Discord. Although they rarely made it suggested on the site, but in general,
Terrified! Don't be scared. My guiding stars. No one escapes my sight. Beg for mercy.
Players were excited to finally air their frustrations to the devs, but they received some answers as on. But unfortunately, A was not in live Q&A, or rather a podcast type event where the developers answered questions prepared beforehand. Now,
Get with me. The night is cold.
What players were obviously players were upset.
More speed.
Range is actually really necessary for the convenience.
Sets out in the Discord specifically. Over time, communication between developers and players only got worse and worse, further fueling players' dislike of them. Players only becoming more and more toxic. In the meantime, the game was not getting any popular.
Flags up. Time for a light show.
It brought a better part of mechanics, one new boss set, features, but mostly contained bugs. The update wasn't bad, but it was just very much lacking in content, especially when compared to the DLCs it was supposed to be replacing. This made players very concerned for the
I guess I can also
Your grand finale. Hear my prayer. Yield.
use my freeze team.
Later, that by then, to Minecraft Legends, you announced Minecraft's take on a real-time strategy. And Minecraft Dungeons players can be panicked believing small content updates. Notification meant that Minecraft Dungeons might be nearing its end, and Legends would take priority. Developers reassured players that Dungeons would still be around, though, and it was a separate development team from Legends, but you can't blame them. Concerns with respect to games. 4 months had passed, no word about future developments, updates or content, besides
I'll protect us. Show me the thing. We're way behind schedule.
Finally, doing a Halloween event. Minecraft Dungeons was still updated. Finally, after 6 months of patiently waiting, Season 3 there we announced and turned the game around. 3 before the fair release date. 2 was responsive to year-long depression and the community felt their feedback.
Let's dance. Strike a pose. My apologies.
Just actions. Sorry about the change of content. There were new cosmetics and text.
Whirling snow.
Now has the biggest actions almost a new version for NPC. John Smith was added, allowing to give some context, when you get weapons in dungeons, they come with 3 enchantment slots, and each slot has 3 enchantments to choose from an upgrade whenever you level up. After this, enchantments on an item will change. RNG was one of the up to 70 that exist, but now with the enchant Smith, they could be re-rolled. Very annoying.
Another test subject. Suffocate.
I'll protect us. Take flight.
Another test subject.
Again, as gold was this update and all the content that made the game better to play with. The developers clearly realized that content wouldn't be sustainable long term, had put a lot of effort into its update, and the community's response was very positive. Players were satisfied and happy with the
Born of ice and frost.
the game's future. However, in the background, the narrative may have been too late. It's October 2022 now. Season 3 has released to streaming section, and players are enjoying the content and precedents which have been set. In 2022, now,
Let the show begin. Whirling snow.
understand. Players will also be aware that there will probably be larger wait times for future updates since they clearly had more content. But something was different this time. Unlike past instances where there was little updates but still some communication, this time there was complete and utter silence. Not a single word from the developer or manager. As February rolled around, the annual event was skipped. So, March came to PlayStation did actually give the game its biggest popularity by its release. That came with web by 3 games. Anniversary event. Either players would get what and borrowed. It wasn't just that the event was skipped. The game's anniversary wasn't mentioned or acknowledged anywhere at all. It was also around this time that Minecraft Legends had released and it's getting more attention. Dungeons overshadowed it. As 2023 absolutely zero information. Most of Dungeons and players further lost believing that development had stopped or Dungeons had been continued. But this only left them used as the game's last update was still very successful. This was now late September of 5 years.
I've done my weeklies and bounties, right?
Developers had really played Dungeons was all-time popularity, and that's when Minecraft Dungeons
No touching.
It's eventually again.
I'll protect us.
Okay.
My unthinkable.
Now this week was a little down, especially after Beyond Silence and favorite silence. Big coming, but
take flight.
And Minecraft Dungeons updates projects. There were no new features or updates planned, and player reactions were a mix of sadness that the game was continued, but many also had a sense of closure by the official word of the game's after so long. 3 years after release, Minecraft Dungeons had officially been banned. But why? Why did Mojang ban? The game was generally well received and liked. Last update turned out great. Everything was looking up for Dungeons, so why did it seemingly ban Well, here's one explanation as to why it banned. As we talked about, the game had so actually banned Minecraft Dungeons. Minecraft Dungeons outlived fans. It wasn't meant to add content for the system. But the developers or some executives decided to extend the game's lifespan, which is why we see
the show begins. Access denied.
Minecraft Dungeons.
Let's dance. My apologies.
Players have been very one of the game's so fast apparently it was no longer money or was not beneficial.
Shower me with that. No touching.
There are in fact comments from developers developer Mark wanted planned and wasn't designed to run forever. Apparently Dungeons began as expanded into what it became, and it was never meant to be a long-term live service game with regular updates. The developers did not want the game to overstay its welcome. Always meant to have a fine updates. This is very impressive information. On one hand, standard demonstrations, 3 years just for it to leave isn't exactly long support game, as most players expect Minecraft that continue receiving updates.
Access denied. Whirling snow.
But on the other hand, I'm sliding with the game. Even the battle passes were generally cheap than games and had no elements. Ames was not present for calling though, but there still are some undeniable issues. Ames reported so abruptly. First of all, there are still lots of bugs. And I think version runs quite badly and is still not well optimized. Furthermore, the Ames for the artificial world gameplay now is probably less control.
Shower me with praise!
There is no one support. Very good dungeons, as we all know, especially for the game. Updated content from 5, but it's not supported by the dungeons at all, only the game's objectives. And so, as it remains today, Minecraft Dungeons is the sort of a stage with feature and is basically
My apologies!
Ironically, despite and Dungeons still maintain one basic legends. Huge shout out to Fire 9 and
I'll protect
check out my piece. Okay, action. So much.
Whirling snow!
The deck out of our and now that I stole this.
Is autoplay on? What the fuck?
No touching! Take flight! Access denied. We're way behind schedule. Shower me with no touching. Whirling snow!
Why not? I'll kill these guys as well.
the ice! Let's dance!
What?
Starball! Oz, reveal that I am the cutting edge of fashion. As a good knight should.
Quote so that we weren't distracted. The subject line is it's not too late, which matches exactly what we saw in the Phantom with our first playthrough. It's the same person trying to guide us, so we need to figure out what this email says if we have any chance of solving this thing. And if you think closing an app is going to stop me, you've clearly never met a theorist. I didn't use a magical tool until yes, to record this moment and see what we store for me. Now initially, I tried to solve the main body of the text for this email, but all my websites were coming up empty, so instead I took a look at the bottom of it, where I found the QR code. Oh boy, here we go, answers, here I come! And it's just a picture of a keyboard type words. This has to be a clue to help us decode the email, but how? I began searching online for sites specifically focusing around keyboards, and that's when I found this keyboard shift cipher. Much like a shift cipher, where your alphabet is just moving up or down by however many letters you want, a keyboard cipher is the same thing as shifting the letters on your keyboard left, right, up, or down. I tried a handful of shifts, and sure enough, I moved every key one letter to the left, so by shifting all the letters one key right, it actually reads, "In the realm of shadows, trapped in soul enshrouded, spirit, charm, seeker, bound, ethereal woe, a dance with creation. Limbo's realm, a cycle without end, dead to the brain, trapped in the machine's web, forever, it seems, spectre, lost, it's the screams." That's it. But really, this does kind of just feel like more gibberish, so let's break down some of what's being said. A spectre is a disembodied small spirit, basically. So, Digital Spectre is a digital ghost, a spirit inside the computer program, someone that is dead now lives on inside this machine. Is that what they meant by, am I even ghost coming to terms with their consciousness living on inside this computer? It also seems clear that this is the same person saying it's all their fault. It's a spirit's born from China, dead, the brain will never mend. Do you all feel like the words of someone? Something regretful, and likely that it's something to do with body bag early. But then there's this line, the dance with creation. I wasn't entirely sure what that meant until I used it. So we receive an email with an article about the creation. During my first playthrough, I thought this was just flavor text, but now that I have that about creation, I wanted to take a look. But it turns out, Elizabeth wasn't always a computer program. First it was a toy, then it was a Tamagotchi clone, a companion, then assistant, all thanks to one man, Sonny Chamberlain, a guy who was obsessed with his fictional peaceful life, because that's never gone badly for him. But here's the thing, unlike most indie horror games that use sold to others, Sonny was keen on this new technology to react to respond algorithm, RRA. The RRA allows the user to have a vision of genuine intelligence as it reacts to ways. Kind of like ChatGPT, but in the 90s, which explains a lot about how computers act. So, we've now got Soul Strategy and an evil AI. What a combo! At this point, the just kind of dry up. So we have to start with elsewhere. When you started your second play, you might notice something. Program, see which, when held in the right place at the right time, and remove files from the desktop. If one collected, you receive a new email that gives you more information about what's going on and how to use it once and for all. And some of the files have links inside them. So let's go hunting. I said that some of them have links, and that's because most of these files are pretty empty. But one of them does give us the link to pet.com.
May as well leave my game right here, so I can do it immediately. Tomorrow, after school.
This is due to the subject of the article tragically passing away. Based on the pink text we see at the bottom, now it says, "You seem so passionate about it. We seem to assume that this is the son, the creator of so, as we read in the earlier article, Sunny
Who are the characters here? I see Flame.
So it would make sense for this article around Peter Pet. However, that's not what it's doing. At the bottom, highlight the entire page and find a number of dots and dashes.
There's binary stuff here.
In this case, the Morse code translates to buy and debt and on. Then this email is focused on Peter's creator, Sun. Debt. So for the entity that's been guiding us, who's the first person in response, it's telling us that this entity is Sunny, or at least the soul of Sunny inside the program. That's how it's been able to send us emails describing exactly how to do it. So he creates it in the
By
first
royal
place.
decree,
Why?
dropped.
So check that first email. Messed up. Creates a house. So it's about that black figure manifestation with each perspective, which is mine.
Steady as stuff.
About his death. It's questioning if they're even wanting to say, but by finding all the files, we actually get this email, another ship slot, and it tells us no explicit terms. What's its point of use? I found a file service with my name, Sunny_C. But that's not the end of it. Now it goes on. There's been something learning, growing, but there is more to this. I really don't think it's this simple. There is data that is incomprehensible to any one person that makes up every thought you ever had and will ever have. Even the words I tell you, how will I ever know if it's just a calculation? Determined. This is all very good, and I don't quite understand. When I made Kinito, all I gave him was a single string of numbers. That's it.
Let's reveal.
I have got a system of 20 monsters of mere calculation to study the whole complex. I fear that when the server you know, theoretically I'm not real, but I feel what have I done? So sorry. To have fault. There's a lot to unpack here, but let's start with that very obvious website. Website appears to be a bunch of black and white stripes, but we fear it highlights the entire page. Text, who am I, what am I reading, over and over again, except for one line. Gives us a base 64 code. It says all it wants to do is learn. It's never just learn. You will learn your reaction time, learn your accuracy, learn your patterns, your threat, the act. You will learn so much you can mimic your every move, simulate your every word. The RRA system that Kinito runs on is so good, it literally learns you. That is our missing piece. This is what happened to Sun. The Sunny we could speak